All right, guys, here we go. Sorry for the technical delays. Had some technical difficulties. Had to freestyle some stuff, make it work, but we made it work. So this is the hot seat. I'm Hobo Nichol. This is Robert Roy, aka Marion. What's up, Robert Roy and
Hey,
Marion?
how you doing, Chris? How you doing, Chris? Thanks for inviting me. Appreciate it.
All right, real quick, we got 13 people watching right now. We got Kent Vanderweerd, Barlow Barbecue, Smoky Goodness, In for the Grill Barbecue, ND, Mojo's Crazy Kitchen. They're logged in twice. Thanks for the extra view time, Michael. Hey, Marion, hit the mute on your laptop on the left corner of the
Left
thingy.
corner? Okay.
Because I'm hearing myself, which is spooky.
Yep. Is it mute already? Can you hear it?
I think we're good to go. And we got Cooking with CJ. And 6 Everyday Barbecue. And Johnny Texas Style Cuisine.
Here.
And Heavy Metal Barbecue. And Joey B. And I think I didn't miss anybody. If I see somebody in the chat, I'll call you out. All right. So, Marion, where are you from?
All right. So, I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in Alaska. Graduated there, and then, and I decided to retire here in San Diego, California because of the weather.
All right, real quick, I just seen Ballistic Barbecue hopped on here, and I've got an announcement. Greg just passed 200,000 subscribers about 8.5 minutes ago.
What? That's a lot.
I think he was at 200,005.
Damn. How long has he been doing it, though?
2008 or 9, I can't remember. I'm sure Greg can pipe in here. I seen Meathead hopped on. Is that Big Lou Barbecue? What's up, Big Lou Barbecue? And Quest Hunter at Our Shack Barbecue.
A lot of barbecuers.
Yes, there are. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, that was the worst episode ever.
So for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, kind of lay them in there.
Oh, okay. So, I normally go live on all my cooking. So I normally plan it out throughout the day on like what steps to take. But I did that one roll-up steak, I think. And I wrapped it with bacon. Propane grill. And the flames started going while I was live, and I panicked and I turned it off. But I think you were there and you saw a little bit of the flame before I shut it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
the only bad thing about going live is you don't know if it's going to turn out right.
Right. So I just seen Meathead. I swear I called you out, Meathead. Maybe I missed you. Booger 500 US hopped on. Jorge Sanders, get a haircut, shipmate, anchor up.
That's my wingman. Yeah. Maverick, in the movie Top Gun?
Yep.
Maverick had Goose, had Jorge.
Meathead says you look like Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, really?
And if I remember right, Derpy Filipino is your daughter. She hopped on.
Oh, she's on? Oh, love you, Kelsey.
Jonathan Abood.
Oh, yeah. That's my other wingman.
God dang it. You brought a posse.
Yeah. Well, you don't go in a battle by yourself. You kind of have a team.
And Scooter Too Cool. Haircuts are for quitters. That shit headbanger awesome, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, about this long hair. It's the craziest thing.
All right. Food Porn Network just hopped on. Jesus Christ, you got a lot of people like you. All right. So let's talk about, since your daughter's on, wife, kids, dog, cat, whatever. What you got over there?
So I have a wife, been married since '08, right? So we're going to our 10 year. We have 3 kids, and I have an older daughter that's 22, and that's Derpy Filipino. And then I have 2 more that's 12 and 10. So I got a big gap, like a 10-year gap.
Were you deployed during that time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've done many deployments, many. So I'm kind of glad that, I'm retired. So I can do whatever I want now.
All right, just seen Max Barbecue team hopped on here. Hey guys, I appreciate everybody that shows up on here and watches this week in, week out. We get new people all the time. Kind of helps people learn about other channels, etc. Try to talk Kent Vanderweerd into making a channel. I don't know how serious he is about it, but I hope he gives it a whirl. All right, so you started this morning cooking thing. So let's take a step back. Typically, you do most of your videos live approximately between 7:30 and 8:30 from the best I can tell.
Yeah.
And I noticed you started doing some morning videos.
Oh.
What's that?
Hashtag, is it the hashtag good morning?
Yes.
All right.
So CJ asked, are you enjoying doing the morning live cooks? And is it helping with views or minutes?
Oh, okay. So let's see. Only 2 people know the reason why I started hashtag good morning. Okay. The answer I'm going to give you tonight is there's someone on the YouTube headquarters that's thanking me in the morning because I'm keeping them. Every time I do the hashtag good morning, my video gets demonetized. So, of course, you got to request for a manual review, right?
Right.
So far, 18 days in a row, someone had to review my request. And within about a couple hours, I'm monetized again. Isn't that crazy? All you do is hashtag good morning, and somehow that gets demonetized.
Apparently, Google/YouTube/GooTube is not a morning type of people.
Yeah. But when it comes to the view count, based on the analytics, it's at a 90% view, meaning out of the 5 minutes that you watch me make my breakfast and drink my coffee, I have people that watch it closer to the end than my cooking video. I don't know if that makes sense.
Hey, you might be getting that morning toilet time.
Yeah. So my view percentage on that is 90%. So they're almost watching it at the end. Where on my cooking video, it's more between 20 to 40%.
So I know a lot of us talked about that today. There was a couple of us on Facebook Messenger kind of comparing some statistics. And
yeah. But when it comes to watch time, that's an increase. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's where I think everybody's kind of, I'm not going to say confused, but kind of lost now is, I personally have been watching people say it's all about watch time, and I assume that what they meant was duration watched of a video. Now with the new YouTube, how you get paid thing where you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, I think what they meant by watch time was cumulative watch time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so
but that drama, was it like?
What's that?
What?
Go ahead.
I said, what's that drama for the last 2 days about? Like people want to, like, I can't believe they set the bar so high. But I'm thinking, based on what all the senior guys have said, that's where the bar used to be.
I mean, okay, before I go into this diatribe, Azrael's Pit Barbecue just hopped on. So if I look at my statistics I don't put in the amount of time and effort that a lot of you guys do on the cooking video part of it. And if I take the amount of minutes that I have right now, I've got half that amount in basically the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So if you look at it mathematically, if I take the first 6 months of my career, I've got right at 500, just below 500 subs and 2,000 hours of watch time.
Yeah.
I don't think the bar is really that high. I think you got to put in the work and not throw your sucker in the dirt.
Yeah.
And just say, I quit. You know, it's going to take effort. And I'm not picking on anybody. I just think that people are frustrated and feel like, you know, their biggest concern is YouTube's going to move the goalpost. And after 6 months or a year, and that very well could happen. But, you know, like I went into my whole spiel yesterday. I'm not going to redo it again today.
Yeah.
It's just essentially people are pissed and they feel like they got screwed somehow. And, you know, there's two sides to every thing, and they feel like big YouTubers are fucking over the little YouTubers, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's ever going to be happy. At the end of the day, I can look at my analytics and go, I'm losing $10 a month. That's doesn't cover the charcoal for one cook, let alone 5 or 6 videos, 10 videos in the month. So I'm going to be negative outflow regardless.
That's true.
All right. So what made you to decide to start your channel?
So, how do I explain it? All right. So when I retired, right? When I retired, it was basically my wife wanted her career. So I had to kind of like step back and become the household. Right? And it was driving me nuts because you go from a high-paced, stressful job, and all of a sudden you stay at home all day while everyone else is at school and at work. So I decided to pick a hobby. And before I started out just posting on Facebook, you know, when Facebook had Facebook Live. And then someone in there kept on commenting. He's like, hey, you should put this on YouTube and you might get paid for it. So I started transferring that file onto YouTube. And I don't know. It was supposed to be just for my son and I to play around with, video-wise, cooking.
Right.
But all of a sudden, subscribers and people were commenting on how they were able to connect with me spending time cooking with my son. And so I kind of had to take a seat back, kind of figure out like what's going on in my video. Why are people like connecting to a video of my son and I cooking?
All right. So how long ago did you start?
I started, believe it or not, exactly today, January 18th.
No shit. So you're at 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. And I started out I think my first post, I had to delete it, but I think I was like, that was my first post.
So did you start live streaming or did you start originally like with a phone or something?
I actually started live streaming on Facebook. And the only reason I live stream, because Facebook started live streaming first. And then a few months later, YouTube, you could go Facebook or YouTube Live. So I started out with Facebook Live because I don't have a camera, right?
Right.
So I use my phone. And once I found out that you could store your video live on Facebook, I basically used Facebook as my hard drive or my cloud. I think that's what you guys call it.
Right.
So while it's stored on Facebook, I would retrieve it with a downloader. And once it's on my hard drive, then I edit it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of like I don't have a camera. I use everything on my iPhone.
Right.
And I can't record for like a 20-minute cooking video on an iPhone.
You probably could. You have to get figure out whatever that 64 gig. I'm not an iPhone guy. I don't know what the options are.
Oh yeah. See, I'm too scared to upgrade with an iPhone. You get
You got all wonky for a second. I don't know if you're in the lag right now or if we're out of the lag.
Yeah, you were blank for a little bit.
That happens sometimes, especially when I had Everyday Barbecue. There was a lot of me being blank on there for a period of time.
Yeah.
All right. So Kent says, Mary and I have a son currently in the service, and thank you for your service.
Oh, thanks for the support. That's really the hard part is, you know, the world is so divided. So you kind of do appreciate when people are on your side instead of against you.
All right. The Food Porn Network hopped on here. I can't remember if I said his name. I think I would remember that. And he's asking if Kent Vandeweird's Cowboy Kent, and it's not Cowboy Kent. Sky Shoot. Time to rent a studio. You know Sky Shoot?
No. Who is he?
I don't know. It's a lot of names that I'm not noticing from in here. Snackin247. Why the name Robert Roy for your channel name?
Why the name? Hey. Hey, what's up? Oh, the name. All right. So the name is actually, hey, we got a visitor.
Bring him on in.
This is Chloe. She's the one that taste tests a lot of my food. I don't cook fish anymore. Yeah. I cooked it so bad. I did it so bad that I'm no longer allowed to cook fish.
All right, so George Sanders says, Marion, can I have your hair? I don't know where Marion went. There he is.
So the story with the hair is because my parents, they taught us to be proper, right? So we always had to get a haircut. Like it couldn't touch the color, right? Because we're always representing our family. And then right after high school, I joined the Navy. Of course, at the Navy, they make you cut your hair. So now that I'm retired and I'm grown and I get to do whatever I want, I've always wanted long hair.
All right, so your daughter, Derpy, says hi to Chloe.
Hey, Kelsey's on there.
All right.
She's right there. Derpy Filipino. See it? She type, hey.
Tango Joe says respect for the hair game.
Yeah. He has the long hair too, right?
Yeah. Tango Joe, tell me how much I owe you for them rubs. Damn it. I'm going to pay you whether I have to track you down and stick money in your pocket.
Yeah, I received those today. I got mine today.
All right. So what's your channel all about? Sum it up in whatever.
So my channel, I had a category. It would be more of a food vlog. Because I'm not teaching anybody how. I never went to school or cooking school or went to that. They never cooked till after I retired.
Okay.
You know, I figured it out. And so instead of trying to be perfect on camera and showing you the right ingredients and how to mix it, I just show you exactly how I'm going to make it. It's up to you whether you want to give me a like or a dislike.
See, I like watching your live streams, though, especially now that you've started interacting more with the comment section while it's going on.
Oh man, I appreciate you for attending while I'm live, Meathead, and In for the Grill. With you three, you guys keep me company.
Selma Sanders says, "Hey, it's Selma. # go vegan."
Oh no, I can't go vegan.
Well, I know she can't be talking to me.
Yeah. We're both the wrong people to go vegan.
All right, if I missed something in the comments, I apologize. I remember something I was going to say real quick.
Yeah. For me, like, vlogging allows you to make mistakes. You know what I mean? People are more forgiving knowing that it's not a cooking show. It's more of a vlog.
So Skyshoot says, I want to see more Marion on camera when filming.
No, that's not going to happen.
I had to about twist his arm to get him to come on here now.
Yeah. The reason why I don't show myself is, one, I don't want the fame, right? I don't want the fame. Yeah. But Chloe wants it. No. But I think, believe it or not, once I'm done with this channel, I got a feeling that my youngest daughter is probably going to take over. You know?
Right.
Yeah, the question, I don't show my face because I don't want to be famous. You know what I mean? I want to entertain you, but I just don't want to be famous.
I hear you. All right, so what equipment do you normally use while you're cooking?
Equipment-wise, it's the iPhone 7. That's all I have.
No, I mean what you cook on in general.
Well, I started out with the griddle, right? Because it was like, I've been wanting one for years, but I've never been home long enough to really enjoy something like that. So I never bought one. But yeah, I started out cooking on the griddle. And once I got invited into your Facebook page, YouTube Cooks, I see you guys all barbecuing. So you guys made me get up and clean up my grill. Cleaned it up, and I figure I'd try to do what you guys are doing, and you and I know what happened after that. I put that grill away after that day.
Bad Beast Barbecue says, sorry I came in late. Is there a particular type of food you vlog about?
To me, it's easier to make Asian dishes. Just for me.
So I'll say this. What's your favorite thing to make?
Let's see. Fried rice. Fried rice. Oh, man, I love rice, man. It's but cooking while trying to let kids to know other foods out there. That's where I try to make other dishes outside of my, you know, zone. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue says, ask Marion what boat he was in. I was in VAW-117.
Well, it depends. Do you want all of them? Let's see. Hold on. I'll show you. Instead of telling you here. Let me see if you can see it.
I like tours of wherever room people are in. It's really actually enjoys the shit out of it.
Yeah. Can you guys read that? Or no? Oh, you can't read it? So this is my shadow box. It basically tells you the history. So I've been on USS New Orleans, Pensacola, Bellawood, Essex, BHR, San Diego, Boxer, Essex. So I'm not sure which ship he's talking about. I've been in many.
I'm not a big fan of seamen, so I can't help you with this either.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my double entendre.
Yeah. Yeah, I take it he was in the Navy too, but I didn't recognize him though.
Right. Greg wants to know 619 or 858.
619. Yeah.
Scott says it's fried rice, not flied rice, you plick.
Yeah.
I think you got kind of wonky with the internet signal when you said that.
Yeah, I don't know why this.
Hang on. This is making sense now. Selma, god damn it, says, "Don't you remember me? My dad is your wingman, winky face."
Yeah. That's Jorge. My wingman had a son. He's all grown now.
All right, so who taught you how to cook?
I would probably say my mom. She taught me like 5 things to cook when I first had my own place. And so my first 5 cooking video was those 5 dishes she taught me. And then after that, I had to figure out how to make other dishes.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm going to ask you this question. And I'm going to step off camera for a minute. So freestyle as long as until I come back.
Okay.
3 channels. Everybody knows what I'm doing. I got to go pee. Is what it is. 3 channels you watch, 1 big, 1 small, and 1 you think should be much bigger than they currently are.
All right. So, okay, the one I watch the most is actually 2 channels. One, GQ BBQ. You guys know Jason. He's, I think he's from Colorado. Okay, I watch him. And I also study, I don't know who she is, but it's Booger 500 US. Yeah, that's her name. So I ran into her green screen episode where I was experimenting with my green screen. I ran into her and I started studying her her channel. And one thing I love about her channel is she's real, right? And I remember when I was starting out my YouTube, I was trying to be perfect. I was trying to say the right thing, name the right ingredients. But then when you watch Booger, she does whatever she wants, and she's got a huge follower. She drinks beer while she's cooking, and she cusses, and she doesn't even skip a beat. And so, if I had to like who I idolized, I would have to say Booger 500. Because her video is just, to me, it's perfect. It's like, do whatever you want, It's like, drink a beer while you're cooking. Cuss if you have to. Don't make a scene out of it, or don't make a big deal out of it. So, but I think Meathead is good too. I don't know. Did you see his video last video he posted?
The one where he made the grill?
Yeah, where he made the chicken and then he made the grill.
I liked it. Me and him text each other occasionally, and of course, I had to give him a hard time because that's just what we do to each other. You can't say nice job; you got to give him a hard time.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought like him making that video, the transition was perfect. Like he picked the right music for the whole sequence, and then the transition between cooking indoors and building a fire pit. That was amazing. Right. Did you see it?
Yeah. Hey, Meathead, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you out during the show here. Did you pick the music, or did your son pick the music? Because I know his son does a lot of the camera work, editing, etc.
Yeah. And does he get demonetized or copyright hit for using that music?
I don't know. He might not. He might not have had it set up for monetization. I could probably go back through my text messages. I think he's actually said something about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so the one channel that I think is going to blow up, that's like should be bigger than what it is Is you ever watch Mojo's Crazy Kitchen? You ever watch them?
Yeah, they're on the chat right now.
Yeah. Those two are going to be the future powerhouse in the game. The reason why is there's two different characters. You know they're a couple, right?
Right.
And so they're always cooking. So you have people are going to watch her cook, right? And then people are going to watch Mike be Mike. You know what I mean? And Mike is that one guy that you want to be, but you can't because you have to be professional, right? But when you watch Mike, you're like, I can do that. I want to do that, you know? So I think once they figure out where they want to go with their channel, I think they're gonna like they got two different characters and they work perfectly together. You know, unlike us, we're all by ourselves in front of the camera.
I occasionally get Mrs. Hobo to show up. Maybe
Yeah,
once
that's
every
the hard part. Yeah. Yeah, but with those two, they're picking up. I think they're picking up steam.
Oh, I love the crap out of their videos. They kind of,
Yeah.
you know, not picking on Barlow's, but they kind of have that same dynamic, just a different dynamic.
Yeah, they got the perfect dynamic because one is like a serious cook, right? And
Right.
two, you have Mike, who's kind of like a comedian, but it kind of like goes together while they're cooking. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, it does. I mean, that's the thing is that's where I struggle sometimes myself is I'm focused on making the food, not on entertaining the people. And you got to have a special
Exactly.
dynamic to do both.
Yeah. And they're doing it together. That's the crazy thing.
Right.
You know? So it's like one can be that serious cook and, you know, people will focus on what she's making. And then the second one is the entertainment side where Mike has it down packed. Poor guy. His
He's
ulcer.
okay.
As many hot food he's been eating all week? Oh.
He's a lunatic. I love the crap out of it. I was just kidding when I said he's okay.
Yeah, he's that one friend that you want to hang out with all the time, man.
Right. So Tess Cooks for You just hopped in there, said she's like, it's okay. All right. See, this question doesn't work for you. What's a weekday meal for you at your house? Because I already know the answer to that. It's every fucking video you make.
Yeah. Every video.
All right, we'll skip that one. We'll go to Meathead's question that made the permanent list. What is your signature dish?
My signature dish, fried rice. I think out of all the dishes that I made, I think that's the one that has multiple, like duplicate episodes.
Right.
Yeah. But the other dishes is normally like one and done. Like I make it once and I'm never ever going to make it again.
Right. I think Mike just invited us all over to his house.
Hey, I'm down. But there's got to be a contract where he doesn't offer me any hot, spicy peppers, though. I don't know how he does it.
I think that's part of the deal.
Ugh. Yeah, as soon as you walk in the backyard, you're like, here, take a bite.
All right, so
and then you got Julie like holding the camera.
Right. So Kent Vanderweerd is stealing. Is he stealing Barlow's question? Or did Barlow steal Kent's question at some point in time before? Favorite guilty pleasure in food?
What is that?
Okay, so Mrs. Hobo loves the shit out of chocolate, and she would hide in a corner and just eat chocolate if she could. So, like, what's your one thing that you kind of go nuts about? Can't help yourself. Can't stop yourself from eating it.
Salt vinegar chips, man. Salt and vinegar chips.
I don't know how you can keep eating those. Those make my mouth all screwed up.
Yeah. But but in October through December, it's the McRib. That's where I fail all my blood tests, is because of all the McRib I consume.
Right.
Yeah. So what I try to do is try to get healthy before October, so I could be the most unhealthiest condition between October through December.
Get all yoked and ready to go, and then kind of even
Yeah.
itself out.
Yep, exactly. So if you have to do a physical on me and you want me to fail, just come see me between October and December.
Hang on a minute here. So I got CJ sending me messages through Facebook Messenger while he's in the chat in the video, taunting me that I didn't say hi to him or something. I don't know. All right. So the funniest thing that's happened while recording that we never saw well, you don't really edit stuff, but
yeah, I don't.
I'm going to go with on your weekend edited videos. Anything that we've not gotten to see?
No, you guys seen just about everything where if I drop something or something catches on fire, you guys kind of see it.
See, I like the fact on your live streams that you roll with it. Like you just accept it.
Yeah. One is I have a very thick skin. You know what I mean? Because when I first started out, the comment was crazy. Like people were like, "What the hell are you doing? That's not butter." You know what I mean? But when you go live, after a while, you know, especially like being in the military, you develop a thick skin. And I'm just thinking like, that's the best you got. You know what I mean? So going live and making a mistake, it's part of life. Believe it or not, I mean, you guys do outtakes, right? You make a lot of mistakes while you're videotaping, right?
Oh, so you think I make mistakes? I have to force those out and like act them out. I don't make any mistakes. Everything works out perfectly.
Perfect. Yeah.
Like when that camera fell, I pre-staged that to actually do it.
Yeah. That was funny, man. And the weird thing about it is when that camera fell, I don't know why, but I followed it.
Mike from Everyday Barbecue made a comment on that video. He said, "You just made my head hurt."
Yeah.
Because normally I'd put that in an outtake video, but it was like, it just kind of, the lapel mic got wrapped around the leg and it just yanked it over. And I'm just like, God dang it. I hope this camera ain't broke because this is the best camera I got.
Wait, so when you're cooking, you're wired to your camera? It's not wireless?
Just on the lapel mic.
Yeah, but I mean, you're connected all the way to your camera?
Yeah, it's got like a 12-foot cord or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd be scared to knock it off every time.
Like I said, I make $20 a month on YouTube and that's gone. So I'm going to cry here real quick. Let me get a tissue.
Really? Yeah. You know, believe it or not, the more videos you put out, the more like the algorithm works for you. So my only advice is learn how to maximize that one video that you recorded. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because the one thing I've learned studying this game is like, what's that comedian name that has a talk show? Kimball? What's his name?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel, right? If you watch him on TV, his program is what, an hour and a half long, right? For like one whole segment on TV. But then the next day, you notice that they divide that one segment into 6 pieces.
Right.
So they post 6 different videos from one episode.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you could learn how to, like for me, when you see me do a live segment, that live segment gets divided into 3 different videos, believe it or not, throughout the whole month.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because I'll edit that one video, and that's more of a like how to, right? Because I could edit the mistake. And then the third video would be I would turn that into the what's that compilation video at the end of the month that I always release.
Right.
So learn how to maximize one video and learn how to divide it into like 3 or 4 segments.
So Average Man Barbecue Show just hopped on. Says, "What's up?" Said hi to CJ. I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. So what's the best thing and the worst thing you've ever cooked? Did you catch that?
No, I didn't catch it.
I said, what's the best thing and the worst thing you've ever cooked?
Well, the best thing I thought I made was this seafood platter on the Blackstone griddle. I thought it was like the greatest thing. And when I went to serve it, they literally did not eat any of it. It was that bad. Yeah. It was so bad I had to take them out to dinner. And after that, I think that's the episode that my daughter sat me down and said I wasn't allowed to cook fish anymore. Yeah. So that's why you never see me cook fish. You always see me like steak, chicken, shrimp. Shrimp is like the furthest I'm allowed to go when it comes to seafood.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I seen Double J Barbecue hopped on here. I can't remember if I asked him. Mojo's Crazy Kitchen is asking about smash burgers.
Yeah, I still haven't made one that looks pretty enough to showcase. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You know, I've watched other people's video, and I try to say, "Oh, okay, that's simple." And then when it's time to do it, my burgers end up looking weird.
Are you like working the meat too much? See, like I've watched that one. I think I sent you a message afterwards, and I can't remember what I said, but I remember watching that one going, I don't even know how this just happened.
Yeah, same here. It's like in my mind, I'm figuring, okay, I'm going to do this. And when I do this, it's going to work. And then somehow on that episode, it didn't work.
Oh, it was the hot to cold side is what I told you. Like take it from because the 28-inch has 2 knobs, right?
Yep, 2 knobs.
So when you put that meat on the one side, and it's funny because Bad Beast Barbecue, who's on here right now, me and him were talking about this today through YouTube Messenger or YouTube comments, was when you put that meat on the one side, you suck all the heat out of the grate.
Yeah.
Put it over to the other side, that side's still going to be hot. So that's what when I cook on my 36-inch, that's what I do.
So you position it in a certain spot on the griddle.
So like on the 36-inch, you got 4 different burners that you can, or 4 sections you can work with. And like on yours, you got 2. On my 17-inch, I've got 2 burner, but it's only on one control. So I'll try to put it over the one, and when I flip it, put it over 8 inches, whatever it is, to the other side.
Oh, okay.
ND thinks you're working your meatballs too compact.
Yeah. I think that too. I agree. Yeah. There's something I'm doing wrong because none of it has turned out right. But somehow, like I said, you know, it's weird how like those videos that you're embarrassed with, those are the ones that are making money for you.
Hey, people like watching people screw up.
I think that's it.
Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue says Lowe's has one for $237. That's the 36-inch. I know what he's talking about. Tango Joe's getting a Blackstone. Joe, what size are you getting?
Hey, I'll be back in a second.
All right. I'll run a commercial. All right. So for the next however long it takes Marion to do what he's going to do, you get to ask me anything you want. And I will answer it in all honesty to the best of my ability. And while I wait for that, I'm going to let you guys in on something. Starting tomorrow, every Friday, I'm going to start finding new channels and kind of doing like I did with In the Cucino with Luciano. Basically, putting out a relatively new 5-10 subscriber channel, whatever I find, and kind of doing here's a short clip of their video and, go check them out type thing. I think it'll be cool. I want to help out people that are just starting out because other people, when I was just starting out, helped me out. Lori just hopped on, says, sorry it's late. What about it? Barlow Barbecue asks, what is your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Blues Brothers. And it will always be the Blues Brothers. Don't care how old I get, nothing will ever beat that movie. I grew up outside of Chicago. I've been to most places in the movie. The mall where they crashed into, I wanted to steal a brick from it because it was closed down, but didn't have the balls to because there's a police department now in front of the mall. They put it in the parking lot. Kent Vanderweerd says, dance routine, Chris. I just kind of stand up against the wall and shake my head. This is what I do. I'm glad you're back because I was just completely screwed. All right. Flash the camera, Chris. I got this. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do anything. I ain't got nothing.
Hey, might get you some extra views.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Double J Barbecue says, God dang it, I'm watching. Remember what I told you before the show where we're 8 seconds behind, and if you watch where the chat is,
yeah,
I just got the double watch myself flash.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask you all the questions everybody asked me. Favorite movie?
Vision Quest.
Will you flash the camera?
No.
Are you a dancer?
No. I have zero rhythm.
Quest Hunter at our Shack Barbecue wants to know where in Alaska you grew up.
I grew up in Palmer, Alaska. It's a very small town where you would just drive by just to fill up gas and then move on.
I thought that's how all of Alaska was.
Oh, it is.
And the comment section is now blowing up with every quote from the Blues Brothers movie that I can think of.
Oh, really?
Meathead wants to know, what is your favorite music?
I listen to all kind, from rock to country. It depends. When I'm in the car with my wife, I have to listen to country. So I learned to like it. But
Old country
if I'm
or new country?
both. She does both. Both. But yeah, I'm whatever's playing on the radio. If it moves me, I'm listening to it.
All right, Sky Shoot wants to know, what port had the best food that you visited?
I would have to say Thailand had to be the best. I don't know. I'm always fascinated with the way street vendors cook right there on the spot, and they can give you a hot dish in like less than 5 minutes. That always fascinated me every time I hit ports. I'm just glad I got a good immune system because I'm one of the few sailors that don't get food poisoning when we go deployed.
That a common thing?
Oh, it is. Yeah, some people, like, if they eat out and let's say like burgers isn't like 100% beef in some countries. It's like the next day a lot of sailors get sick. Me, I've never really had an incident where I got sick the next day after eating a street vendor.
All right, so we're at the point now where we are at the mercy of the people in the live chat. So it's not a bad thing. We're at basically the hour mark. That's kind of the benchmark for getting through things. So Bad Beast Barbecue wants to know what's your favorite drink? Libation, so alcohol.
So I'm a beer guy. Right now, I eat. Right now, I think I'm drinking Modelo's. It's just a phase I'm going through right now, where Modelo's like my beer for now. But before it was like Bud Light, Coors Light, but now it's just Modelo. Liquor, I can't drink liquor. I'll puke.
You got to toughen up, soldier. Slash seaman.
I've tried. I tried. You know how many meetings you go to, or how many events and alcohol is involved? And I've been doing that for years, and I still can't tolerate liquor.
All right, Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin. I'm just going to put this in the permanent list of questions, Fred. What are some of your favorite bands?
Bad wise, I'm more like the 80s, like the Def Leppard kind of era. So, wise, that's always what I think of. Everything else, like nowadays, I consider it like as a group because they all don't play instruments.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm more of a 80s kind of person when it comes to band.
All right, we're getting to the point where the chat is getting wonky and it is hard to scroll.
Yeah. Someone was screaming tequila. What is that about? Oh, that's my daughter. What the?
Which daughter?
Kelsey. She's like, tequila, tequila. And I'm just like, who the hell would? And then it's like, wait a second. That's my daughter drinking tequila.
There's a country song about that.
Yeah. It's just the weirdest thing when you have a daughter that's over 21. You know what I mean? It's just like, I could literally go bar hopping with you.
All right, so Kent Vanderweerd wants to know favorite non-food related channel.
I like to watch Autovlog. I don't know if you ever watch him. Autovlog.
I mostly watch, I've got everything is food related except for maybe one or two that I'd have to really think about what they were.
Yeah. This guy had an amazing story. He's off the chart now. He's almost like in the same category as that one channel that you just congratulated, Ballistic Barbecue.
Right.
Yeah, he's in that status. And the way he started out was he was a car salesman, and he would do like a car review in the car lot that he was working at.
Right.
And so that's how he started out. And then as you watch his story unfolds, he's now like a vlogger where he drives like exotic cars. You know what I mean? And it's so weird that how he started out as, I'm a car salesman. I don't have any cars, but I can review whatever's in my car lot. And now he's driving Mercedes. I think he just did a California vlog where he was driving Ferraris out here in California. I like to watch that. Yeah. But yeah, when I watch channels, I don't really watch your like current whatever you're making. I more watch like the beginning part of your channel and kind of see how you grew as a channel. That's really how I watch everyone's channel. I don't really watch like what you're cooking or what you're making or what you're about. I watch the progress that you took to like get to where you're at.
So it's funny, we were talking about Ballistic Barbecue, and before, typically what I do before a hot seat is I'll watch a crap load of the person's videos to kind of wrap my head around them. Like a lot of you guys I know, we've talked in like private chat, stuff like that. But, typically I'll look up a guy, and if you look at like Greg's first video is like at a volleyball game I think it was his daughter's volleyball game. And it's just kind of neat, like you're saying, to watch that progress of this is where they started, this is where they are today, and kind of go, wow, that's a big swing.
Yeah. Yeah. What's funny? What's funny is this is why I switched over to what I did. Is if you ever watch like the beginning of like Booger 500 US's her channel. If you watch it, she started just like us, standing behind the counter, talking about what you're gonna make. This is what you're gonna put, right?
Right.
And as you watch her grow, all of a sudden she's leaning on the counter. She's got a beer on hand, and then all of a sudden, some of her videos you don't even see her. You just see her hands. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's one of those things that you know, try to figure out what you start out doing what you think is the right thing, then you learn some stuff, and then you feel like I got to do X, Y, and Z. And then you get to a point where you take the handcuffs off and you just do your thing. And typically, once you get to that point, I think that's when you start taking off because you're rocking your own world and making your own decisions, not going by what somebody tells you you should do.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people is like, hey, make sure you get this kind of camera, this kind of angle. But then you see other people that break all those rules and they're doing just fine.
Well, the thing is, at the end of the day, you know, whether it's cooking, gaming, whatever it is, do you want to watch the same video? Maybe it's a different thing, but it's the same video of the camera's here, this is like this. Eventually, you get bored with it. So the guy that
Yeah.
shakes things up, you know, ends up getting an edge. All right, so Ori, go outside and cook, asks, who is your barber? I think he's just giving you a hard time about the hair.
Yeah. I fired him 2 years ago.
All right, Skyshoot says, favorite food on board ship?
Favorite food. Ugh. Corned beef hash. Because they always seem to, like, every time they make it in the morning, the cooks always have like a rice and some eggs standing by to go with my corned beef hash.
I'm trying to scroll up to the chat because this chat sucks. YouTube, fix the chat. I don't care what you
Yeah,
do
it
about
seemed like it's going
subscribers.
fast.
The chat. Well, the thing is I'm like this far up the scroll bar trying to catch up on things.
Yeah, it just
Uh,
seems like everything's going fast.
all right, Tango Joe had to go to bed.
Okay.
Somebody else did. I can't remember who it was. Mr. Nope. Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin wants to know what part of California is Marion in?
San Diego, California. We're Southern Cal, SoCal.
I hear you guys are splitting the state up again.
I don't know. California is weird, man. They tax you for everything around here. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
All right, I'm going to work from the bottom on up. Or apparently I'm not.
Yeah. To me, I can't figure out how to make this scroll slow down because every time I try to catch up, it somehow bumps me.
That's the thing. When you get scrolled up so far, you think you could hit the arrow and go down real. I wonder if the arrow keys work. Arrow keys don't work. Damn it, YouTube. Oh, it does work. Kent Vanderweerd says, what's your favorite or best side dish for any occasion?
Ah, man. Side dish. I don't have a side dish.
You have the great one.
I might have to. Because you know how like some people, they use like the vegetable as their side dish?
Right.
I've learned with my kids is if you put the vegetable as part of the main course, they'll eat it like it's nothing. But if you put the vegetable on the side of the plate, they hate vegetables. You know what I mean?
I used to have a book a long time ago. It was like how the hell to hide vegetables inside regular food so your kids don't even know that they're eating them.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I do that, like stuffed chicken, when I cut a little pocket in the chicken and I stuff vegetables in it, they'll eat that chicken with the vegetable like it's nothing. Like they didn't even notice there was the vegetables in there.
All right, guys. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to ask any last questions.
Derpy Filipino fried rice. Hello. Fried rice is always the main course.
Is the fried rice the main course, or is it the meat or whatever that's on top? Everybody kind of makes it differently, at least where I'm from.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, fried rice is normally supposed to be a side dish. It's supposed to complement whatever protein you're cooking.
I just take the fried rice, put it down on a plate, and then pile stuff on top of it. I'm probably just doing it wrong.
No, that's how you're supposed to do it. The fried rice is supposed to be the base, and whatever you put on top, the fried rice is supposed to absorb that flavor that tries to drizzle down to the bottom of the bowl. Does that make sense?
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin said, goddamn scroll. Tell Marion I grew up in the San Gabriel Valley, but now reside in Northern California. My wife and I spent our anniversary in San Diego almost 25 years ago. Rock on.
Yeah. Yeah, San Diego is a beautiful, beautiful city.
Who's Caroline Cortez?
Oh, that's my baby sister. Love you, Caroline.
She wants to know what's the most challenging thing you've cooked.
The most challenging? Probably like any type of Indian food. Anything that has to do with curry.
Right.
Because with curry, you have to be careful. If you add too much, there's no taking away that curry flavor. Does that make sense? Because sometimes when you over ingredient something, there's always that one ingredient that counters it to kind of even it out.
Right.
But with curry, you only get one shot.
So Mike at Everyday Barbecue says, please tell Marion thank you for your service. I missed that earlier.
No. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
All right. You guys got 30 seconds, and I'm going to give him the opportunity to answer any last question, but he's got to answer this question last or second to last, depending on if somebody puts something out there. Who would you like to see in the hot seat?
Oh, all right. So for sure, I want to see Meathead, but I think his excuse is it can only be on Fridays.
So me and him have talked this out, and we don't have a date, but unless he backs out here in the last second, we're working on what he needs, etc. So don't be surprised if that doesn't happen in the near future.
Yeah. And then the second one, I would have to say, get Julie and Mike into your show, the Mojo Crazy Kitchen. The world needs to meet them. Those two are like amazing.
I will definitely reach out to them, and I hope that the social pressure of the 26 people here currently will also socially pressure them into that. I don't think Mike and Juliet have a problem with it, though.
I don't think they would. I mean, I think they're on the East Coast with you. I think they're from your area.
Right. Meathead wants to know who would be on your personal Mount Rushmore.
Oh, hold on. I'm about to lose battery power. Hold on. Close. No, I just got to take the charger. That's the only bad thing about this iPhone 7. They don't have like an audio section. It's all one place. The charger and the headphone. All right. My Rushmore? It would have to be my parents, man. It would have to be my mom and dad, And when I say dad, I mean Robert Roy. That's really who I named this channel to.
Right.
Yeah. And then I would have to say my brother and my sisters and my family, wife and kids. Really idolized them, grew up learning from them. So yeah, that'd be my Rushmore.
All right. Last question of the show. Snackin247 says, out of all your brothers and sisters, who is the best cook?
I know it's not my older brother, Pat. He can't cook for crap. So he's out. I don't think my little brother would because we baby him too much. He literally doesn't even have to lift a finger. We all jump whenever he needs something. I don't know. It'd have to be between me and my sister, but my sister might have a head start because I didn't start cooking till last year. You know, so
Right.
I'm not. I don't even consider myself as a cook, man. Have you seen some of the stuff I cook?
Hey, I consider you a cook. I watch you literally 7 days a week make food.
I know, and you know what? I think I'd say 75% is luck that it ended up looking good. You know what
Right.
I mean? And then another 25%, it looks good, but the taste, I missed something. I missed a step somewhere.
Hey, there's always that last minute to doctor stuff up. I literally made my dinner today, which a handful of people saw, that you'll get to see here probably in about 12 hours because there's a secret thing that you get to get entered into by being in the hot seat. That's not as
What?
exciting as that just sounded. But
Hey, hey, did you read my comment last night about reserving one of the hot seat as where are they now?
yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go over. That's my only concern. I could see it being entertaining, but getting track of that person may be the hard part. All right, so my dinner tonight was literally pre-cooked beef sausage, macaroni and cheese that came from, I don't know if it was Jimmy Dean's or who it was, and a can of Bush's baked beans all mixed up in a bowl.
And you videotaped all of it?
No, I'm gonna save that for when I'm really, really desperate. And actually, it tasted really good because I put some tiger sauce, some barbecue rub, and some Blues Hog barbecue sauce in there. But that would be my weekday meal. But at the end of the day, you come home, there's nothing for dinner, and you start pantry scrounging.
Start putting it together, huh?
Right. All right, guys. So first off, Marion, don't bounce out of here. Making sure I didn't miss anything in the comments. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week. I don't know who's going to be on here next week. It might be Meathead, not on a Thursday. It might be the regular person on a Thursday. If we're not on Thursday, I'll let you know. I'll put out a live stream and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Goodbye.